joined by Carice Whitty, the founder and executive director of Signal, the Sino Israel Global Network and Academic Leadership. Thanks for being with us. I mean, these were shocking images, as I said a few times, and this, not just the harsh crackdown, people being dragged downstairs, but even seeing a protest of this size at all in China. Nearly impossible here. What are we witnessing here? Is this a bigger issue?
Well, in general, it's a huge issue for the people that it affects. Of course, in China, everything is relative. So compared to the 1.4 billion people, it's affecting a small group. But as you said, thousands and thousands of depositors cannot get hold of their life savings, which can, it is devastating. And the reason you're seeing the protests is because the people have bypassed all of the government tools to prevent them from entering into the city and protesting as a group. And the reason they're putting so much effort into this is because they actually have no more choice. They're looking at abject poverty in many cases. And what it really is caused by is ongoing corruption that has taken place in the financial system forever. And, Xi Jinping has had an anti-corruption campaign for 10 years, but he hasn't been able to reach all areas of the system. And these are rural banks that were supposed to only receive deposits from people within the region, but they used huge internet platforms like JD.com and Baidu, which are sort of like Alibaba, in order to bypass the distance issue and take on many, many more depositors. And why did those people from all over the country want to deposit in these little teeny banks? Because they were offering 2% more on the money. So when the economy started to slow down, which we're all probably familiar with, the different causes, which was, the COVID zero, you heard about the total lockdown in Shanghai, and the real estate market. Many people in Israel heard about Evergrande. So there's a sharp decline in real estate. The private sector education was completely stamped out last year. These internet platforms were reined in. So and then the global economy is affecting China. So like the Madoff case, when he was doing it for years, but the real problems didn't start until the economy slowed and people started needing their money. That's exactly what's happening here. And they're turning to get their money and the money isn't there.
Now, I mean, China's already known to be repressive in many ways here. As the COVID pandemic, did it provide new tools, sort of an opportunity for the Chinese government to rewrite the rules a little bit in terms of how populations are controlled or messaged? Did we see some of that evident here?
Of course, you're absolutely right. The tracking that was implemented in order to follow people's contacts to track who might have transmitted COVID is now used in all kinds of ways to control various aspects of daily life, and movement is one of them. And also, which means that if you have a green on your phone, which means you do not have a COVID positive test, you can get in anywhere. But if it turns red for any reason, you cannot get on a train, a bus, you can't walk into a store, a public office. So yeah, they do have a lot of new tools.
Sounds a little like a sci-fi movie, not a good one here either. But thanks for being with us. Shocking imagery again coming out of China. Thanks for helping us understand it.
Thank you.